Good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. on Monday, and it's my first day of third year.
We have type 1 collagen protein, so all that all that pink stuff is proteinaceous material, and then these case of bone, that's type 1 collagen, and that gives us this very specific material structure of flexibility, and that actually also gives it tensile strength. So when we take tensile strength, that means if you try and stretch bone, you very rarely will break.
So the first question we're trying to answer is this a focal problem in the nervous system, or is it something more generalized? Okay? Because we're dealing with a focal lesion, something structural that's damaging just one area of the nervous system. We're going to be thinking about disease processes that do that sort of thing. There's a tumor in one place in the nervous system. There's an infectious inflammatory disease that's affecting one place in the nervous system. Infarcts are typically focal. Traumatic injuries can be focal.
Talk about, when you guys learn about the neurologic exam, you talk about like hopping and heavy walking and all of those things. Those are really not things that can be done on a 1,500-pound bull, but you can learn a lot from just watching them interact with their environment and seeing, like, do they have proprioception? Are they ataxic? Are they stumbling? So always learn your patient from a distance.
So if we say that the carpus is the knee, or the owners say the carpus is the knee, that's because it bends in that way, that our knee does. But in reality, that's the wrist. So you kind of have to like suss out what an owner is saying. A lot of the times they'll say that the fetlock is injured or the hoof is injured, when in reality it's not that area at all.
So every Monday after lecture, we have a pre-surgery briefing. And since this was just the first week of school, it was just like introductory stuff. But we learned how to wrap our instruments, our gowns, our drapes. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm wrapping my quarter drape. And we learned kind of like how to do it sterile, how to open, gown up, glove, everything sterile, prep our patient sterile. And then we planned with our group, because we have 2 other members in our surgery group. So we planned like for each surgery who would be prepping the patient, and then who would be like the primary surgeon, who would be like the helping, attending surgeon, things like that. So here I'm just doing my quarter drape wrapping. I just got home. So I haven't actually like eaten lunch, because I bring my lunch, but we don't get a lot of time between classes to eat, but I bring it just in case, and also for snacks. But at most we get like 10 minutes between classes, and that's like usually at most, because a lot of professors run over by like 2 or 3 minutes. Anyway, so I have this garlic aioli chicken wrap. Super excited for it. So I'm just gonna eat this, and I'm watching Good Mythical Morning. So do that, and then I'll probably get productive for the day. Before I can actually get productive, I have to make a to-do list. I like cannot function without to-do list. Anyway, so I'm gonna sit here and write out my to-do list, and then actually do those things on my to-do list. Also, I'm about to time lapse this, so you're gonna see the full fit. Do not judge me for my black cat pants. In my mind, it's always Halloween, always should be Halloween. Plus it's chilly outside, so obviously we had to put on the fuzzy pajama pants. Anyway, no judgment. Okay, so basically, like, off to the side, I write everything I need to do, and then I'll, like, time block it out, and I think that time blocking it out, like, keeps me on track way more than if I just write out a to-do list. I'm fairly certain I haven't updated y'all on, like, the progression of this wall since I, like, just put this shelf up. Anyway, so quick little update. First we have just like this anatomy of avian skull. Then the shelf with my vintage syringe. And then I'm not sure if you can really tell. You can't really. There's like a glare. But anyway, I started collecting my cat's whiskers. I saw that on Pinterest and I was like, that's kind of cute. So just have their little whiskers in there. And then up top, I have this plant. And then I have bovine lumbar vertebrae. Just this random picture that I have. It's just like, keep my cat toy. It's just like two little birds. And then this that my mom got me at like a yard sale. So anyway, there's the shelf. I'm like 30 minutes behind schedule, but I went for a walk, took the trash out, made myself a little snacky snack, bananas and grapes. So it's 4:30 now, but I just got off the phone with my boyfriend, so that's why I'm 30 minutes behind. But I'm gonna eat this and go through Quizlets. I'm gonna do 30 minutes for each topic since we like just started stuff. There's not like a ton to it. So max 30 minutes, move on, go to the next Quizlet for like the next class. So I have 4 classes. That means 2 hours total. And then I think I'm gonna do like 10-minute break between each class. So starting that now, and I'm gonna start with orthopedic surgery. So real quick, I thought I'd go through and show you how I'm studying for orthopedic surgery. So first, good old tried and true Quizlet. I love Quizlet. Anyway, so I'm starting with that, and then I've got Quizlet on this side, and then my lecture notes over on that side. That way, if I need to like go and reference an image or maybe some information, like if I get to a term that I don't fully understand, I'll just go reference the lecture material over there. And then we're learning about like bones, tendons, ligaments, all of that, which we had a very in-depth microanatomy / histology class. So I pulled up some of my past, there's a glare, pulled up some of my past like lecture material from microanatomy. So I just am going through that because I feel like if I understand it at the level of histology, because it's so in-depth there, then I will better understand it at the level of orthopedic surgery. And just overall, I feel like if I can understand it here, it will help me understand it there. And like going back over some notes, I feel like that will help me actively recall some of the stuff that I already learned, like in micro. I'm thinking of making like an advice video or just like general video of like how I study for each class, because I've noticed my notes, like how I studied, how I took notes first year, is vastly different from how I do it now. And I definitely know I'm a more effective and proficient learner now than I was first year. I do think for everyone, it's kind of just going to be a little bit of trial and error, but I thought, hey, I might make a video on like how I suggest studying, because I do think certain classes I had it like down perfectly, like what I was doing worked for me, and I never changed it basically. So I do think for some classes I just knew how to study for those, and then others I had to try a bunch of different things. So anyway, I'm thinking of making a video on like how to study or how I studied for certain classes in vet school. Just throwing it out there. Let me know what you think though. I am moving on to food animal surgery and medicine. Today we basically just learned about like physical exams on ruminants. I think it's going to be something that I'm probably going to like zoom right through. Going to be very easy. I basically have not taken any breaks because I started like 30 minutes behind schedule, and I'm still 30 minutes behind schedule. I think I can get through this like ruminant physical exam stuff really quick, and basically it's very easy, but I'm still sticking with like sort of the same stuff where, let me see. I've got my Quizlet up and then I've got the notes, but this time I don't think I'm like gonna, I don't even have past lecture material for this, but I don't think I'm going to like probably really handwrite anything because today was very basic stuff. I don't think it should take me very long for this, and I don't think I will probably be like starring many of these flashcards or anything. It's 6 o'clock now, which means it's a little after 6, which means I'm like 20 minutes ahead now because I haven't been taking my breaks. So I am gonna take a break. But I just finished farm animal. I'm moving on to equine physical exam, but I'm taking my like 15-20 minute break first before moving on to this. Back on the grind. Ignore my cat's like little box. They wanted to sit up here with me, so brought her. Anyway, it's 6:30 now, so during my little break, I just made dinner. I had a pulled pork sandwich. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this, my equine, for 30 more minutes, so it'll be just a little after 7 when I finish. Then I'm going to take my pre-anesthesia lab quiz. Not sure how long that'll take me. Probably max 30 minutes. I don't know. It's open note, so like it shouldn't take me too long. Okay, it's almost 7:30. It took me like 21 minutes to do that. Anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do real quick is work on some YouTube stuff, like editing some videos just for like 30 minutes or so. Then I will go around 8 o'clock, meal prep, then shower, bed, all that. Because, like, I don't want to go to bed at 9. Okay, so it's a little after 9 now. So I got some stuff ready. So for lunch tomorrow, I'm having, like, for snacks, cutie, these little, like, Spider-Man gummies. Shout out Kate. She got me those for my birthday. And then, like, a granola bar. Then for my actual like meal, I'm having another garlic aioli chicken wrap. For breakfast, I am having some peaches and cream oatmeal with banana on the top, and then some peanut butter and honey on the top. So that's the meal for breakfast and lunch. I think that's all. And now I am getting ready to go take a shower and then go to bed and do it all over again tomorrow. It's close to 10:30 now, so I showered, got ready for bed and everything. Then I did my social media scroll for the night for like 15 minutes. Anyway, so I'm going to read for like 5-10 minutes probably and go to sleep. So I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned because in less than 6 months, I will be starting clinical rotations. So super duper excited for that. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.